I'm late, but I'm also ahead. Does that make any sense? Coffee's in hand. Not as late as yesterday, at least. I actually was almost on time. Oh, I gotta, hang on, because my glasses are falling and I have no hands, and I gotta crawl under my light. My cat's in my seat. Oh my God. It's one of those days already, you know? It's just, I gotta move this, I gotta move this. There we go. Good morning, Dale! Hang on, I gotta move my cat. Hey! And my glasses, every time I look down, my glasses slip off my face. It's very annoying. Come here. Come on. Come on. Please, before my glasses completely fall off my face. Yeah, I'm sorry. That probably wasn't comfortable for either of us. Okay. Now, oh good, go lick yourself. Okay. It's the only time you can say that, and you don't mean it as any kind of a put down. Not trying to be mean. Just tell my cat to go lick herself. All right, there's that, and the charger. Take a break. Oof. I have a migraine coming on. Don't do that. That's gonna be so not fun. Mona, stop it. Love that shirt. Thank you. I'm gonna share the link. Post the link inside the Discord. And then any questions that come up, I will be ready for. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Kimmy, good morning, Kimmy. Can you turn your light box down? I can't. It's just one of those cheap ones. It's like it's on or it's off. There's no dimming it. There's no really adjusting it. I can't even, I could adjust the height on the stand that it's on, and I used to be able to, when I first got it, you could adjust the angle it was at. But that joint has broken and I've duct taped it. Because I'm too cheap to buy a new one. So it's just there. I was already on YouTube, but it didn't show you live until I exited out and clicked the notification. Oh, weird. I wonder why. Mm-mm. 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 Y'all, while you're here, one of the reasons why I was late this morning is I've got a rant. And move that back a little bit. There we go. And this rant is gonna be a video on TikTok. So I might as well rant here, and y'all might as well get the information first. I had weird dreams, so I was watching Snoop and Martha. Always makes me happy. Oh, yay. Ready to go back to sleep. I have that cookbook. Yeah. It's good. He's got a couple of them out now, I think. But I have his first one. It's good. You're just purring away like you so cute. Oh, anyway, rant. Yes, I'm going to rant. So, my God, cat, could you lay down? Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. It's just a wild day today. And why is my hair looks like it's very like sharp line right there. Anyway, okay, rant. Cause I was like a couple of days ago, I was scrolling on TikTok, as we do nowadays. Anyway, so I was scrolling on TikTok and there was a person I am following. I'm debating whether or not I want to continue following. I don't remember why I followed this person in the first place. Yes, I do. It was because they showed up at one of my lives and they were commenting. And y'all know I tend to follow the people who interact with my content and or show up at my lives. I follow them first because why wouldn't I? You're the ones who are taking an interest in me and what I have to say. So of course, I'm going to follow you and take an interest in what you have to say, right? So anyway, and I don't remember her, don't ask me her username because I don't remember what it was. Like I would have to go and search for it to figure out what it was. So I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway. But anyway, this person posted a video saying something like, are you making under $5,000 a month as an author? Here's how to make your money. Right away, I'm like, I'm not happy with that hook. I don't like that hook, right? And then she lists out this process of going to Amazon, looking up the best-selling books within a genre, then going to Upwork and hiring a ghostwriter to write a similar book, and then uploading it to KDP, and boom, you'll make money, right? The screenshots she showed were of Amazon and Upwork. And then she talked a little bit about similar books. And she was like, look, it's fine. And more screenshots of Amazon, because this book is really a lot like this book. And this book is really a lot like this book. And this book is really a lot like this book, right? She was like listing off various books that follow similar plot themes and structures and stuff, right? And I at first I left a comment and I said, the only person making any money in that scheme is the ghostwriter. And then I deleted the comment. And then I was going to leave it alone. I was like, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to say anything. But now I feel the need to rant. So 3 days later, now I'm ranting about it. There are essentially two types of book coaches. And I'm going to make a video on this and I'm going to put it up on TikTok later. But there are basically two kinds of book coaches, right? You have your authors turned coach. These are the authors who have published either traditionally or self-published multiple books. We're talking 10, 15, 20 books, and have done well with, let's say, a majority of them. Not necessarily all of them, no. Their first few probably flopped, but like with each one, they were able to show more and more growth. So maybe their first one, they sold 2 copies and one was to their mom, and the second one maybe they sold 50 copies and one was to their mom. But then that third one, they figured out a new formula. They've been growing their author platform, they've been learning, and they managed to sell 200 copies, 250 copies, which is about the average for most books. And then their fourth one, they broke the code, right? And they sold 1,000 copies. And then the fifth one, they doubled down and they sold 5,000 copies, right? So like they progressively get better. And then once they broke the code, they were able to duplicate. And now every book since, like that was the minimum. You know what I mean? That became their new minimum. Every book since has always done at least that, if not higher. They've figured it out. They can duplicate it. The author road. And so basically, when an author hits that level of success, they want to turn around and help other people do it. They want to give back, right? So they help other writers and they say, this is how I did it. And what you'll find with that type of book coach, you'll find their screenshots where they're telling you, look how bad I was with this first book. And then you see improvement, then you see improvement, then you see more. Now look how I'm doing. And look, I can duplicate it. Here's the screenshot from this book and from this book and from this book. And you see them sharing their actual analytics, their actual sales reports, not estimated royalties, but like their actual reports that are showing the sales, not estimated royalties, not sales rank. Well, unless they're talking about improved writing and marketing skills, but they're not focused on sales rank. They're focused on, I can sell my book, right? Not how much money they're making. I can sell my book. And or I can help you write your book. Because look, it used to take me 17 years to write a book, and now it's taking me 6 months, or whatever. But they're showing you how they did it. It's very personal stories. Their coaching is based on very personal things. Like, this is what works for me kind of advice. All right. I love you. Go lick yourself. The other side of book coaches, there's another side, and this is the side that I fall on. This is where someone comes in from the publishing industry. I'm a ghostwriter. There are editors who enter this realm, like Heidi. Oh my God, I can't remember her last name all of a sudden. She used to come into TikTok lives. I don't remember. The hell was her name? Anyway, Heidi something, okay? She's great. I just cannot remember, and I keep wanting to say Klum, and it's not Klum because that's a whole other person. But anyway, Heidi, there's Ashley Early is an editor. There's Jess, who is a copywriter who does marketing and sales. So on and so forth. They have industry knowledge and or maybe even like collegiate academia knowledge. Like maybe they went to school to be an editor or whatever. But like they might have a book or two under their name. But mostly they're coming at this from here's what I know from the industry. Here's what I know from how the publishers are doing it, from how the agents are doing it, from my talks with countless other authors, and so on and so forth. Our advice tends to be slightly more broad, right? We don't say, this is how I did it, follow me. We might say something along the lines of like, most of the authors that I've worked with, or most of the editors that I know, or I had this one client who, or things like that. And or we can talk from various perspectives around the same topic. And again, we're not showing screenshots. We might be able to be like, this is how I did it for my client, but We're not like turning around and promising income. We're not saying, here's their royalties estimator. We're not, showing off the search results on Amazon. We're not making wild promises. We're talking a lot about the how you do it, the what's expected, not the promises side of it. Good morning, Laura. I'm just rambling. No one's saying anything, so I don't know. Anyway, so all that said, whenever you see a book coach, whenever you see a book coach or a guru or here's how to make money on publishing, whatever they're called, if they are not telling you specifically how they incorporated that strategy for a client, or if they are not telling you how they did it themselves and made money, if all they're doing is showing Amazon and saying, look at this author's making X number of dollars, look at this author, they've got 2,000 reviews, that means that they've sold at least 10,000 books, and at $13.99 a piece, that means they're making X. If they're not talking about how to do the actual technique or how to do the actual strategy, how to apply the tactic to what you're doing and how they have done it, either for themselves or for a client, keep scrolling. And if they're telling you to hire a ghostwriter, just don't. I mean, I am a ghostwriter. Ghostwriters are great. But if someone is telling you that the way to make money in books is to hire a ghostwriter, the only person making money in that is the ghostwriter, not you. How to use AI to become a millionaire, right? And there's a bunch of them too. Here's how to create a faceless YouTube channel and make millions. Here's how to do video essays and make millions. And it's all like, but they're not doing it. Like, you know what? Sometimes I feel like I should start my own YouTube channel and like go, okay, all right, let me try that. And like watch their video over and over and over again. Make sure I got every single tool down. Make sure I got every single scam and hustle that they wrote, that they said to do, every single step, and like go expose the scam. But yeah. I've changed my bio to add author and got so many scammers DM me. Right? As soon as you say you're an author, yeah. Coloring books, journals, books, everything. Well, but this one was actually like outright books, novels, not coloring books. Low content book scam, that's a whole other thing. Like that's not a book coach doing that though. That's some online, here's how to make money online. But beyond that, this was someone calling themselves a publishing coach for full-length novels, and how you can make $5,000 a month or more with these full-length novels by hiring a ghostwriter. No, you can't. You can't. The only person who's making money in that scenario is the ghostwriter. And it's not even going to be good, because you're going to end up paying in that scenario, in the one she described. This is not typical. This is not how most ghostwriters work. It's not how it works. But in her scenario, if you follow her steps, you're going to end up paying anywhere between $700 and like $2,000 for a ghostwriter to write a really bad book, because that ghostwriter can't live on $700 in a month. And I think she said they'll do it in a month. I'd have to go back and rewatch the video to make sure, but I'm pretty sure she said in a month. Everyone just finished NaNoWriMo. How good was that writing? How much of that could you take your NaNoWriMo from last month and go publish it right now and make $5,000? The only one making money in that scenario is that ghostwriter, and it's not even enough money because it's barely $700 for the month. No one's making money in that. And the book coach, if they have you paying the coach, well, this was just on her TikTok. And she didn't say hire a book coach. So I'm leaving that part out. But this is one of those levels of it's really fake advice that sounds good on the surface if you don't think about it like at all. It makes her sound like she's on your side. It makes her sound like, and the advice is easy. Look how easy this is. Just go to Amazon and look how easy this is. You know, using these free tools like going to Amazon and going to Upwork and just hiring a ghostwriter to do it all for you. Look how easy this is. And so now she sounds like someone who can really help you without making you learn the hard things, right? So yeah, I'm going to post a rant about it later. It's been bugging me for 3 days. I just got rid of the other cat. Now the other cat looks bad. Because I got rid of her and then you jumped up. Now she's upset. Anyway, all that to say, 20-minute rant. I really killed the conversation. Sorry. But 20-minute rant to say, watch where your book coaches come from. No, that's not true. Not because it's not about their experience per se. Because like there are some really good book coaches that have been doing it for about a year. And they're great and they're amazing. And then there are others who've been doing this for 20 years and they're good and they're amazing. Watch the information that they're giving you. If they're not telling you how they did it, whether it's for a client or for themselves, if they're not showing you how they implement it and they're just telling you about possibilities, they are not a coach. It's hard to watch vulnerable people get taken advantage of. It is. And new authors are extremely vulnerable because, first of all, trying to be a creative entrepreneur at all just immediately makes you vulnerable because there's all of society's stigma is against you. But also most new authors, they fall into one of two camps, right? They're either very young and therefore very naive to how the world works. They haven't, maybe they've heard of some of the scams, but they haven't fallen victim. They don't know how easy it is to fall victim to some of these scams. And they don't have a support network set up. They might have a very supportive family, but they don't have like a good support writing network set up. Not yet, anyway. And so once they fall victim for one of these scams, then it's even harder because now they don't trust anyone anymore on top of everything else. And the other side of that are some of the older people who waited before writing. And they don't fall victim to the scams as easily, usually because they've spotted other scams in other industries and whatnot. So their eyes are a little bit more open. They're not on the naive side, but they're on that emotional damage side. They've been through so much, and now they're trying to put their heart out on their sleeve despite their distrust in the world. And that's a whole other different type of vulnerability. And these scammers try to take advantage of both. And it's make them show their work. Yes. Like ask them if they're like, this is how you can make $5,000 a month. Yeah. Is that how you make $5,000 a month? If you're making $5,000 a month on this, then why are you making up a TikTok? Why aren't you just doing the thing? Takes me a long time to trust people. I don't blame you. It takes me a long time too. Especially online. I do think having a book community is the most important asset. It really is. It does a couple of weird things. There's some downsides, don't get me wrong. All of a sudden, especially like I was thinking about the Discord earlier as I was like describing it to someone. And I was saying like how we have a minimum age and whatnot. Because of the fact that there are so many spicy writers in there. You know, and I was given like some of the here are the rules of the Discord. There's a lot. Like there's a lot. And that can give you a skewed notion of what everyone's doing. Right? That can cuz now you're swimming in an echo chamber kind of thing. And so kind of like when I was talking about my book and then Alex goes, "Oh, well now I have to change one of my books." No. No, you do not, because part of the premise was similar, right? And it makes you start feeling like everyone's doing the same thing, or I might accidentally copy this person, or like it can just screw with your perception of how much is actually out there if you're not careful. But it's very small in relation to how many writers are actually out there and how many books are how many books are actually being done and stuff. I want to like put my hair up, but I also don't want to put my hair up today, like because I have a headache, and so it's like pulling, but it's on my neck, and so it's like bugging me. The algorithm is gonna algorithm. Well, not in Discord, but on TikTok, definitely. I'm struggling today. Like I can't seem to find the perfect like midpoint between holding my hair up off my neck so it's not bugging me and not being pulled and like exacerbating my headache. You could give the same premise to 10 different authors, you'd come up with 10 different books. Yep, this is true. Yes, absolutely. I say that all the time. That's why writing prompts are so great. And that's why you can do writing prompts. That's why Alex does writing prompts every Wednesday in the Discord. Because no, Top Knot doesn't catch the hairs back here. It doesn't catch those. They end up falling, and then the part that I wanted up ends up like on my neck anyway. But yeah. It's also why it's almost impossible to find a ghostwriter or an editor or even another writer in a writing group who will steal your story if you ask them for feedback. Now, it's not to say that no one is ever going to steal your story, but it's almost impossible to find someone who will. Because even if they really love the premise of your story, they're just going to go write it on their own, and they're going to end up putting in their own experiences and their, and it's like, it's really hard to find and it's just really hard to find someone. Now, there are thieves out there. Obviously, Kimmy's mom fell victim to one. So this isn't even like I heard a horror story from a person like it's from Kimmy right there. We know her, right? But most of the time, the thieves are not writers. They're just thieves. And most of the time it's after publication, not before. Because it's too hard to get it before. Right now I have Wild Blue Yonder stuck in my head, by the way. So if you're wondering, like, every once in a while, if I'm like, doo-doo-doo, that's why. Because like 14 times I wanted to so far. Now Emma is fighting me about cheese. Oh, I know. Unfortunately, the only way out of that one is to give up, go to the fridge, and let them look, because they never believe you. At least my kids never believe me. You'd think they would. They never believe me until I finally like give up, get up from whatever it is I am doing to go unlock the fridge and let them take a look. I think that writing someone else's story would come off as disingenuous to readers too. What do you mean, writing someone else's story? Oh, you mean like someone going, wait, what do you mean writing someone else's story? Like, wait, what do you mean? What do you think about movie shorts to promote a new book? I have so many questions. Like, can you tell me more about what you mean by movie short? Can I kick you off yet? Good morning, Jessica. Like a movie. Oh, yeah, like a book trailer? Heck yeah, those are awesome. Yes, do it. Make a couple of them. They make for really good ads. They make for really good promotions. They make for, depending on the content of the book or of the trailer itself, they don't even have to necessarily be promotional. Like if the book's not for sale yet and it's not even available for pre-order, like think about how many times you go to a movie and you watch the previews for movies that are coming out in like 4 years. You can't go buy the ticket yet, but it's giving you, like, it's planting a seed. It might be 10 seconds long, just a couple of lines and a little like coming 2032 or whatever. But like it plants the seeds like, oh, I'm going to want that. Like, yes. I see mostly people talking about their book, but I want people who can't see it to be able to visualize the characters. Aw, yay. Yeah, totally love it. All right, I got to move this cat. My hips hurt. I got to stretch. I'm sorry. You got a broken person. Come on, get down. Yeah? Ooh. Hello, Floof. Yep. Sorry, Floof, you gotta go. She's so mad at me right now. So's the other one. The other one's mad at me because I kicked her off earlier, and then that one jumped on. So it looked like I was like, oh, I'm gonna move you so I can have her. These cats. I love them so much, but they are so sticky. The poor cat is so tired right now. I accidentally put the strobe setting on the LEDs to see. Oh no. Oh no. She was upset. Oh, I bet. She screamed at you. Oh my God, that's funny. Hoping to get some writing done today, watching over my neighbor's house while he's in the hospital. I hope your neighbor gets better soon. And yeah, here's to getting some writing done today. She will be the voice of my vlog. Ah! Oh my God. Okay, can you tell me, Kimmy, do your cats do this? My cats. Okay, so I will be laying in bed. Let's say I'm on my left side, right? I will be laying in bed and I'll have one cat on the covers in front of me, one cat on the covers behind me. And they're both so like, for whatever reason, because they do the kneading and they're like, oh, look, we got to make you smell more like us more, okay? And then they end up pulling the blanket down and then like getting right into the tightest part, right? So like you're really sealed in. And you can't move. You can't roll over. I roll over like every, I don't know, 4.5 minutes. Like all night long. I'm constantly just like a spinning freaking top on my side, right? Like I'm just like constantly rolling over. Anyway, both of my cats will get so annoyed at me because I'm all sealed in. So I have to like kind of like finagle and move and jiggle a little bit to like loosen up the blankets, but I'm trying so hard not to disturb them, right? Because they're sleeping and they're comfortable, and I don't want to like pick up the blankets and throw them off the bed. Like I just want a little bit more room so I can roll over. And they will sit there and stare at me with like those cold eyes, like, what the actual F are you trying to do right now? Excuse me, right? And they will stare at me the whole time that I'm trying to roll over. And then I finally roll over and I stop moving. And that's when they're like, you know what? I'm done. And they jump off the bed. And I'm like, you could have done that 10 minutes ago. Like a rotisserie chicken. Yes. All night. Yeah. His blood pressure went high and wouldn't come back down. Should be fine after a few days. Oh, good. Mine stays at the foot of the bed between my ankles. I unconsciously just move around her somehow, but if we nap, then she sleeps on your left hand. Okay. Nope, I've got one that's like right up here, and then one that's like right by the small of my back. And they just like seal me in. It's kind of like, it's almost like they're, you know, the vacuum sealers? I swear that's what they do. They sit down on the blanket and then vacuum suck the air out from under the blanket to seal me in. Seal my freshness. Puppy pile. Yeah. I don't get it. The worst though is that they will stare at me while I'm struggling to like move and get comfortable. And then right when I stop, right when I'm like, okay, all right, this is good. I can fall asleep like this. That's when they're like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to move. I'm going to jump down now. Bye. Connor and Emma do that to you? Oh, yeah, my kids used to do that to me too. Not anymore. Like, when I was done with that, I was like, okay, I'm done. In the first couple nights, when I made Christopher start getting into his own room, we were already here for about a year and a half. We'd already been living here. He had his own room for about a year and a half. And he wouldn't sleep in it. And finally I was like, nope, today you are sleeping in your room. No more sleeping in mommy's room. No more. Nope. Mm-mm. For that reason. Because I would wake up sweaty and gross with one kid on one side, one kid on the other side, cat laid across me, another cat like between my legs, completely sealed in, uncomfortable, couldn't move, sticking to the bed because I'm sweating. You know when you sweat and you try to like roll over, the sheets just stick to you, which like makes everything worse. And then I was like, no, no more. No more heaters in my bed. Thanks. No. Mine only wakes me up if I'm having night terrors and she pats my face. Aw. So claustrophobic. And I am claustrophobic. Wouldn't start the night off like that, but like along the way. Everyone gets their own blankie. I don't know that I'm claustrophobic, but sometimes it gets close. You're like, I'm not typically claustrophobic, but then there's these times where I'm just completely trapped. The walls are closing in. All right, y'all. I have an early meeting today. So, you love small spaces, but got to be able to move. See? I love taking up small spaces in a really big space. So, like, I love having the sofa to myself, but I will be curled up in one corner of it. I'm wild. Oop, I just kicked my thing. Yes. Yeah. I just want to take up a corner, but all the space is mine. I'm ridiculous. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging in. We didn't really answer very many questions today. Couple, but not very many. That's okay. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Turn into Sheldon. That's my spot. I hope you have an amazing day today. Go get all the words written, and I will talk to you tomorrow, okay?